we are live. Welcome back, my dear friends. This is episode number 105 on Zero Point Healing Show. And in this particular episode, we are going to talk about love. It's a topic that we haven't spoken for a very long time in this particular show. So I'm really looking forward to this conversation. So how can we remove our love blocks and attract our soulmate? Beautiful topic to talk about. And I have an amazing theta healing instructor with me today on that topic. So, but before I move on to her, just a short intro about me. I'm Vishnupriya, and I had been going through different holistic healing modalities, and theta healing being one of them, which kind of changed my personal life a lot. So, during my beautiful journey between different holistic healing modalities, I got inspired to have build this kind of a platform that I call zeropointhealing.com, which is a web directory of all holistic healing modalities, all holistic healing practitioners. And there is this beautiful search function where you can come in and search for, if you have, let's say, anxiety, and then you can select anxiety and see who specializes in it. If you have, issues with your love relationship or finding your soulmate, you can choose that option and find who are, specializing in that. So it was completely made with this kind of inspiration, how nice it would be to have that kind of a platform. So that is what is zeropointhealing.com. So if you are a holistic healing practitioner yourself, I invite you to zeropointhealing.com. You can register, as well as if you're interested in one of these interviews with me, you can contact me for that as well. All right, so that's my short intro. I am now moving on to my beautiful guest here. Welcome, Diana. Thank you so much for being with me on my show. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your beautiful journey into holistic healing.
Yes, thank you for having me here so much. So I have I was raised in a very strict Catholic family, which is very much against what I had naturally going on. I'm a natural medium. So I was seeing ghosts and spirits and very connected to the spirit world. And it wasn't really supported in my family. But back in 1995, I got to travel to Bosnia with a healing priest that was Catholic. And he taught me to actually embrace my gifts and how to use those to help people heal. So the first 20 years of my career was so much about connecting with loved ones, crossing over and healing spirits that were in need, that were stuck. And I worked with a lot of paranormal groups during that time and continued to expand my own healing abilities through many different modalities. And it was up until 2006 that I found Theta Healing. And that actually was a huge turning point in my life as well. It was something that I think what's so beautiful about Theta Healing is that all the other modalities and all the other things I learned, it put it neatly into a way that I could understand it and utilize all the gifts better and more clear with more focus and better results. So I loved Theta Healing. And I guess what took me there was that it was like a huge next level for me, and it tied everything else together. But I did have two very close losses to me, my best friend and my little sister. And one of the things that I saw in Theta Healing was improving the connection with the spirit world and being able to connect directly with them. And at that point, I thought, what the heck? I've been seeing ghosts my whole life. I've been moving around with these different energies, but never on purpose to connect with my own loved ones. And that was really important to me because I needed to feel connected to them still. So that's what initially brought me to Theta Healing. And then it really helped finesse the rest of my work, working with spirit, and kind of led me to, when you're working with grief and really healing these issues, to really heal the heart and really make sure people are re-engaging in life and really allowing that love to come in. So this is where it's led me now.
Wow, I was imagining you beautifully transitioning from, being a medium, and I feel theta healing is that modality that can enhance your
Yeah.
beautiful, gifts that you already have, and it kind of might have merged hand in hand. So that's so beautiful to hear about. So now let's directly get into our topic of love blocks and soulmate. And if you also want to give us a little bit about, what attracted you to this topic of soulmate and love blocks, maybe if you experienced any of those, or maybe, people around you experienced, and that kind of inspired you to do that work, and then also talk us a little bit about what love blocks can look like.
Okay. Yes. So, well, when we have a loss like grief, that is one of the biggest love blocks, because so many people fear that loving somebody new will take away from somebody that was lost. And so they literally close down their heart and their receptors for new love and a new life path. So that's one of the biggest love blocks that I see. But many other love blocks come in the way of belief systems that we were raised with, a lot of fear about starting over, or feel carrying this energy of failure if you've come from a relationship that didn't last. And so I see in people's hearts so much they want to be loved, but they have all these paradigms holding in place their loneliness. So it became very important for me to help work through that. And I did go through that in my own personal life. I was married several times. I raised my daughter alone. And working through different relationships, there were so many different patterns that I became aware of in myself. But when I got to Theta Healing, I actually understood what the lesson was. I understood how to release that pattern so that I could actually enjoy more loving relationships, more balanced relationships that were not programmed from my ancestors or from a past life, that I could actually clear that stuff and experience relationship differently. So I guess that was tied in with my own journey of healing. And so, like I said, moving people from kind of like the lowest levels of despair, and really helping to heal their heart, clearing up their love blocks, and then allowing them to like receive this love. I love that part of my work. I love where it's taken me.
Wow, that is amazing. So tell us now about the whole soulmate section of things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there might be a lot of them watching who are looking to manifest soulmate or bringing in soulmate, as you already addressed about, our previous relationships actually block us from moving forward. So
Mhm.
once doing that process, what allows our soulmate to come to us, and tell us about what soulmate really is.
Yes. So in my experiences, there's several different types of soulmates. And what I say is, like, people will relate to this. If you've had a pattern in relationships, maybe you get involved with a new person and you're like, oh no, not this again. You're going through the same cycle, the same pattern, but it's with a different person. You're most likely stuck in the karmic soulmate loop. Okay. And so karmic soulmates are not usually lifetime soulmates, but they are really important because they're going to trigger up all your unhealed issues. And once you have healed those unhealed issues, you're ready for a more compatible soulmate, which will be more like your life partner soulmate, the one that will truly step in to share your life with. And the way to get out of the karmic soulmate loop is to really embody and embrace self-love. And when you have filled up on that, it's like the karmic soulmates are like, yes, you did it, and they can step away. And then this new beautiful love comes in. So it really does begin and end with your own ability to love yourself. And I think for a lot of people, there's like an idea about that. And a lot of times they embody self-care, but not self-love. Self-care would be more superficial, like, oh, I'm getting my hair and nails done. Where self-love is really having personal integrity with who they spend time with, how they value themselves in relationship, how they respect themselves when it comes to negotiating or compromising in relationship. There's certain things that really embodies self-love when you come to this level, and you would make entirely different decisions than you would when you're involved in karmic soulmate relationships. For everything you've been through, everything you are, everything you have to offer, and really knowing your value as a human and loving yourself. And then your lifetime soulmate steps in.
Wow, I love the way you kind of put that in, where, you said when we completely take in self-love and, get that score, self-love score hit that mark. Wow, it's a beautiful way to put it. Our karmic soulmates, goes away and our true soulmate steps in, who has
Yes.
that love towards us. Wow, that's amazing. So, um, if you want to explain more on that topic, we can do, or we can also switch to the short meditation if you have that you have for us.
Sure. Well, yeah, I would absolutely love to remove some love blocks for people today. So we'd like to do that. And in this, I always like to tell people just to be really open-minded, especially when we're doing something like this in a meditation to remove love blocks. It's important to kind of be familiar with where they're coming from so you can acknowledge when they're released. And then you don't have to call them back or replay those old patterns again. So what I like to ask people to do is just to, most people will have some awareness of their love blocks or their patterning based on their own relationships, their closest friends, their siblings, and their parents and grandparents. If they look at those types of relationship patterns, they'll be able to identify some of the blocks that they have themselves. Because a lot of people feel like there's a sacrifice, for instance, a sacrifice. Oh, I have to, succeed at my career and choose my career over love. That would be a love block. Feeling like you have to sacrifice your dreams to be married. That's a love block. There are belief systems in place. Like when you bring in your life path partner, your soulmate that's meant to be with you, you will both fulfill your destinies. You will both fulfill your life path. And harmony in your life that you don't get to experience until you reach that level. So there's never sacrifice, and so many people's paradigms around love involve sacrifice. So I just wanted to bring that up to trigger it. I can kind of feel that people can tune in with that and feel it right now. So what I'd like to do then is just, go ahead and do the meditation. So bringing that into awareness. If you'll take your right hand and just place it on your heart, like right on your skin, and close your eyes and call forth any love blocks that you've been experiencing in your genetic family line, any love blocks that you've witnessed in your closest loved ones, any repeat patterns that you've experienced that have limited your love and experience in love. And I'd like to go ahead and just bring healing and wholeness and forgiveness to all of these areas and gently release the need to hold these blocks in place. And as we're transforming that energy, balancing the karma, and in its place, I'd like to bring in the feelings of self-love, self-value, self-worth, knowing how to truly honor yourself, and how to invite a partner into your life that loves themselves too, that will know how to love you and elevate this relationship. Calling in your highest potential soulmate and filling your heart with love to be an energetic match for this. Okay. Take a nice deep breath in for me, and then you can open your eyes.
Wow, it was short, but so much. I could sense so much of release. So for me, I have husband, so I am in a good relationship, but still I was focusing on releasing love blocks between me and my husband,
Yes.
because recently I could feel that kind of block, block for
Yeah.
no logic reasoning. I have no logic reasoning for those blocks, but I still feel there's something very strong. I was doing the meditation and I was feeling, I was um, the relationship, let's say the relationship between my mom and father, or relationship between my some ancestral stuff, I feel like I was duplicating, or maybe I was using that. Even though we both are like beautiful and amazing, it still feels like I'm bringing that energy into the relationship rather than, kind of being myself. So I was feeling it all releasing out.
Good.
Wow, that
Good.
was
Yeah.
so amazing. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so often we do that, and it kind of goes, it's always in our subconscious, and it's always running these patterning, and the programming that we have right in our DNA to duplicate what we've seen and duplicate what our ancestors lived through, and to be like an authentic partnership like what you and your husband have. You can still have those influences coming in, and that's usually always what will pull you off track for a bit. And so just having that awareness, like, that's not mine, that's genetic, that's not mine, that's from a previous existence, and just being able to like clear it up and then get back into that union and that partnership that you've created together, and being really authentic to how you want to be in your partnership without all the programming.
Yes, I was like, oh wow, the programming affects us so much, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
wow, that's beautiful. So, do you have any programs, offers that you do for the specific soulmate, for people who are watching who would love to maybe work with you? What kind
Yeah.
of service do you offer?
Yeah. Well, I do have a new book. Just came out. It's the Love Book and The Secret to Finding Your Soulmate. It's a really quick read, but it also leads you through some in some guided healing that you can do for yourself throughout the book. And it's just really, it's very quick. Like I said, it's very quick to read. It's very easy to understand. I wanted to make it really accessible for people to be able to apply to their own lives and to receive the healing that they need to, and release the fear of, like, the judgment of like a failed relationship. So many people walk around in shame, blame, and guilt, and it's like, I like to shift people into understanding sacred endings and being able to say goodbye with love and not carry failure with them, just to understand that this relationship, okay to be whole and healed. It's okay to wish your ex love. And this is like a really beautiful, powerful way to invite in, like we were talking about, your highest potential soulmate, your life path partner. So I do take people through that in my book. I also do private sessions with people on the phone. And I have a program called Manifesting Your Soulmate System, which is a guided meditation that takes you through about 6 weeks, meant to have one healing modality or one module per week to really work through a lot of those programmed belief systems.
Oh,
So,
wow, that is so amazing. And the book is called The Love Book.
yeah, the Love Book, The Secret to Finding Your Soulmate.
Okay, is that available on Amazon and other
Yes,
places? It is.
yes.
Okay, that is wonderful. Thank you so much. Wow. And looks like you have beautiful program as well. With regards to your, as a Theta Healing instructor, what are the services, classes that you might be providing, and do you give it online?
Yes, I do. I am teaching the basic, advanced, and dig deeper online. And I have some coming up. I've got the end of January, I'm doing the basic class online, the January 22, 23, 24. The advanced is January 29, 30, 31. And then the following, I have dig deeper on February 6 and 7. So I do offer those online. I've been getting more and more clients coming in from different countries. So that's been really interesting with the time differences, but it's wonderful. And I'm so happy that we can offer this online now. I've been an instructor for many years, and I was thrilled that we were finally able to do this and reach out to new people in different places where we normally wouldn't have contact.
And about the mediumship, looks like you have a certification program for mediumship as well. So tell us a little bit about
Yes.
that.
Yes, I do. And that's all online now. I kind of was able to move all of those services. I took advantage of all this isolation. And what I did is I put it all into my online school. And so they can actually work through that program on their own as well. And it takes you through 8 specific lessons for developing mediumship. and getting into different skills and different types of work, different parts of your brain where we actually receive channeling and mediumship from, and learning how to slow down the brain waves, learning how to tune in with it, and giving them particular examples so that they can improve their own mediumship and their connection to the spirit world.
Wow, that is amazing. And I was noticing the words of, reducing the brain waves. So is it more like when you do the channeling, if you want to call it that way, is it more like you get into that meditative state? Is that how beautiful information comes through?
Yeah, I found that theta healing was so beneficial with this actually. But so normally when spirit's connecting, it comes right into the right side of your brain. This is apparently the side that we channel on. And so sometimes I just would get delivered pictures or images here. And then also applying theta healing gave me more direction about how to really connect with those spirits directly. So I find that like I could use theta healing in absolutely every healing practice that I've done to amplify it, give it more clarity and direction. So yeah, slowing down the brain waves and tuning in and just being aware where you're being contacted, and then being able to discern that information from spirit, and also being able to heal them if they need the healing.
Wow, that is amazing. So, so I was thinking with regard going back to our title here, the soulmate. Do you want to kind of give us any client stories of, maybe you have multiple of them? What kind of helped them get through those blocks, and maybe they were able to manifest some beautiful
Yeah.
soulmate in their life? So tell us a little bit about that process. What can people who are watching this and wanting to take your program or services can actually expect by working with you?
Yeah. So what I do is I always find out like, what's the story? What's the heartbreak story? What's that story you've been telling yourself and your friends for so long? And then I break it down into finding the belief systems that created the story. Because so many people feel like their heartbreak story is their reality. And that's what they carry with them and anchor in. And I like to free people from that and really look at just what are the programs that actually created this dynamic for them, so that we can clear those programs and bring in new feelings for them so they can start experiencing something new. So I always tell people it's like, it does involve the law of attraction. I call it the love attraction, right? Is the law of attraction. And we want to reprogram ourselves to receive higher love. But as long as we keep telling our heartbreak story, we only can keep attracting the same energy. So when I work with people, they're so surprised to find out, they go through their life and they think, well, that was a bad partner and that was a bad partner. And, and all of a sudden they get to work with me and they're like, oh, I was programmed this way. Oh, but that's okay, because it's not about blame. It's about, now I can heal it. Now I can shift this for myself by changing these programs. And immediately you can tell by the people you draw in. So, when I really fine tuned this program, it was in 2016, and I was going through a divorce on my a painful divorce. And I was like, what am I going to do? And I was using all my theta healing tools, and I was meditating, and I was doing everything. And it just kind of came to me. It was channeled to me how to put this together for people and what was necessary for them to get to their higher level of love and be able to attract in real love. So I worked with it on myself and immediately manifested my soulmate. And everyone else that I worked it with, they were like, oh my God, they were feeling love again. They were feeling appreciation and self-love. They were feeling forgiveness and wholeness. And then they were easily attracting people. They're like little love magnets out there, attracting people left and right and dating. Many of them got married. And so I love it. I love to see that progress, because I think that's what we're all after, is coming in with a whole heart.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of time frame have you been noticing with your clients to go from where they are to kind of attracting that soulmate? I know it's totally dependent on
Yeah.
each person, but what do you think is like an average time frame that someone should
Hmm.
actually give themselves that time?
Yes. Um, what I like to do, I am not sure about time frame. My program is 6 weeks. And I think if
Uh-huh.
somebody takes the 6 weeks and does one module per week and really embodies it, they will come out the other side with a very high love vibration and be ready.
Mm.
And then it can happen very quickly after that. When I'm working with people in private session, I find that the people that shift the fastest are the people that will literally let go of their story. But people that want to fight you on their story, or if they go to counseling and they talk about their story and they re-engage that energy over and over, and then they see their girlfriends and they tell their story again, their victimhood story or their heartbreak story, they're literally just putting it back in their aura. They're putting it back in their programming. And so those people are harder to budge. They take longer to work with because it really has to be this clarity of and how this served you so that we can absolutely shift this. And then it becomes very, very fast. So it's a matter of just holding that love vibration without the baggage.
Wow, I love the way you put it. The more we subscribe to those past stories and that we are, repeating it, we are kind of bringing back in, even though we
Yes.
are not living that past. So
Yeah.
it's I think going back to let it go, right? Past is past, just let go of that stories and create new stories for yourself.
Yes. So many times it's like the past is taking up space right here in your present. And
Exactly.
it's like that already happened back there, but without the healing. And it's not just about healing, because sometimes people can get kind of like they want to be healing forever and ever. And it's like, no, let's get you healed. And so the way for that is to really shift that. What did you learn? What was your soul learning from this? What did you want to bring forward through this? And then ensuring that they actually have the feelings to feel valuable enough to be loved this way and that it's possible. So it's kind of a balancing act with taking out those programs, getting the beautiful lesson, and then making sure that they have the feelings to receive it.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Any final words before we wrap it up?
Um, I don't think so. Let me see. Well, yes, there is something because I have also been shown that more soulmates are finding each other now than I've ever seen before. And I don't know if it's like, I felt this coming up for a while. I felt it occurring throughout this last year that it was starting to really pick up. But I think with the Great Conjunction just happening, the winter solstice, the age of Aquarius, all these different alignments, it is absolutely the time for people that are single to find their soulmate. It is absolutely the time to change the old paradigms. It's like a changing of the guard, releasing the old way of being and embracing your heart. This is all supported like cosmically right now, so strongly. So more soulmates than ever are coming together, and many soulmates are coming to heal together and to realize that they are soulmates. Some people are soulmates and they don't recognize it when they're with each other because they have so much programming that they're playing out. So I even see that falling away. So I just wanted to like say that and kind of leave everyone with that, that if you wondered if you have a soulmate, you do. And if you wondered if you're ever going to meet them, you will. And it probably is going to be very, very soon.
Wow. And yes, all of those beautiful earth changes that is happening and the beautiful things that you spoke about, I think there is this huge cosmic support that we are getting in all areas of our life, I believe. I think even on
Yes.
different areas that we are facing challenge. And it had been a huge challenge for us maybe 10 years, 15 years. And now suddenly things start shifting and changing and opportunities and people start showing up. So I think now at this current time in our beautiful planet, there's that huge cosmic support as well we are getting. Beautiful.
Absolutely. And one other thing about that is that so many people are connecting online, not through online dating, but just through authentic meetings on Zoom or through social media or whatever outlet it is. But they're able to actually connect in and bring in this love from places that they never considered before. So many people used to fall in love with just a people within a 15-mile radius. And now people are like, oh no, you're my partner and you're like way over on the other side of the world. But there's like they're coming together anyway, and it's beautiful and fast. So yeah, I just wanted to leave that with encouragement for everybody that there is love for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow, beautiful words. My dear viewers, if you loved that and if you would love to get some of those beautiful courses and classes that Diana is offering, you can click on the link below this video or above this video, depending on where you're seeing it. You can click the link and you can talk to her, maybe have a chat with her, see what may be the best course or the best class or the best session that you can go for with her, and she would be lovely and happy to lead you there. And in addition to that, we also have a 10% off discount coupon. So for your first booking with her, she is offering a 10% off discount coupon just for watching this beautiful video here. So just our beautiful gift for you. All right, so I'm gonna see you all in my next show. Thank you all so much for your support. If you know of anybody going through this kind of soulmate issue for a long time, and if you think this video is going to contribute towards them, you can share this video with them. And thank you all for your support. I'm going to see you in my next show. Thank you so much, Diana.
Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye. See you.
Bye-bye.
See you next time.